You are invited to stay until the very end. Every minute is part of a gradual unfolding. There is nothing to rush toward and nothing to leave behind. Each breath you take is another step into clarity. Let the sound of this voice become softer than the air around you. Let the body loosen its corners. The eyes rest, the jaw eases, the shoulders widen slightly as if remembering how to breathe. Take one slow inhale and one longer exhale. With each breath, a layer of surface noise fades. The small concerns, the daily hum of unfinished thought. Beneath them lies something clear, still, and quietly alive. That stillness is where this practice begins. Imagine before you a surface made entirely of calm. No shape, no color, just awareness reflecting awareness. It may appear as light or as a gentle shimmer in darkness. Let take whatever form feels effortless. This mirror is not outside you. It is the natural stillness that waits whenever you stop naming things. Every time a thought arises, you notice it appear upon this mirror. And, as you notice, it dissolves, leaving transparency behind. You are learning not to polish the mirror, but to stop smudging it with effort. Breathing becomes the cloth of clarity. In and out, quiet, steady whole. With each inhale, light enters. With each exhale, that light expands outward. Soon it surrounds your body like a faint halo, barely visible yet perfectly present. Feel the balance between what enters and what leaves. Every motion of air is a mirror movement, a rhythm shared by every living being. Somewhere, countless others breathe at this same pace, unaware that their breath aligns with yours. You begin to sense the delicate web between all these breaths, a vast fabric of quiet life. Through this field, thoughts ripple like wind through tall grass, and the mirror of your mind reflects it all, without claiming, without rejecting. Now let yourself observe the mind itself. Where does a thought begin? Can you find the instant before it forms? Stay in that instant. It feels like weightless attention, awake but empty. This is the doorway to mind mirror clarity. Every thought that follows is only reflection, movement across a silent lake. When you see this, something softens inside. You realize that clarity does not come from control. It comes from permission, from letting each image, memory, and sound arrive and leave untouched. As the mirror grows calmer, its surface begins to sense other mirrors, not as separate people, but as other points of stillness in the same awareness. You do not reach toward them. You simply recognize that the same silence within you exists within everyone. In that recognition, communication becomes effortless. It is not language. It is resonance. Each breath, each pause, a subtle alignment of inner rhythm. The boundary between my thought and their thought fades. There is only clarity seeing clarity. Let's rest here for a while. If a word rises in your mind, let it dissolve back into quiet. If an image appears, watch it shimmer and fade. Stay with the feeling that awareness is mirroring itself endlessly. Like two clear ponds reflecting the same moon. The moon is not divided. Only the reflections differ. When you sense calm expanding, trust it. When you sense emotion surfacing, allow it. All of it is the mirror learning to see itself completely. Now imagine standing within that mirror world. The ground beneath you glows faintly, as though made from soft starlight and mist. Above, a sky that holds no edge, just depth upon depth of still radiance. Each time you breathe, the horizon widens. Every direction becomes one direction, inward and outward at once. Within this space, perception feels effortless. You do not think about seeing. You simply see. You do not think about being aware. You simply are aware. This is the taste of pure clarity. Mind before it becomes thought. Let your awareness drift downward, as though sinking through calm water. There is no resistance, only gravity made of peace. With each breath, you descend another layer. Noise grows faint. Memory loosens. Even the sense of time begins to quiet itself. You may notice faint patterns. A wave of color. A pulse like soft electricity. Do not follow them. Let them pass through the mirror of mind as reflections of movement. You are not in the water. You are the clarity through which water flows. Now feel a subtle warmth in the middle of the chest. It does not burn, it glows. It expands gently until it seems to include the space around you. This warmth is awareness noticing itself. If you listen closely, It hums like distant wind through trees. Each sound, each vibration, echoes the same wordless stillness. In this still center, everything connects. The thoughts of the world shimmer like dew across a field of light. No single drop owns the reflection of the sun, yet each reveals it perfectly. So it is with mind. Every consciousness mirrors the same clarity, each one a lens for the same radiance. Stay with that image. Let it widen until all sense of I becomes transparent. Allow the mirror now to expand beyond the outline of the body. It fills the room, then the sky, then the silent spaces between stars. Do not imagine distance. Imagine transparency. Every point in space is simply another angle of reflection. You are still breathing, yet the breath now feels shared, part of an unseen tide that moves through all life. When the body inhales, the universe exhales. When the universe inhales, the body exhales. A single rhythm, perceived from two sides of the same mirror. Now bring attention to the sound of nothing. It is not absence. It is subtle vibration before sound begins. Notice how thoughts become faint echoes within that silence. How each one dissolves before completion. Stay there. Breathe once, and again, until the silence feels alive, like a presence. This is the threshold of mind-mirror telepathy, where communication happens not through words, but through the natural alignment of awareness. You are not sending. You are not receiving. You are listening into being. Gently sense your surroundings again. The weight of the body, the contact of air upon skin, the floor beneath. Do not rush back. Let the mirror remain transparent as you open your eyes. Even in ordinary vision, see the quiet glow behind every shape, the still intelligence within movement. Clarity has followed you outward. It stays, silently reflecting all you encounter. Take one final deep breath. Exhale slowly, allowing the edges of thought to blur into calm. You have entered the first half of this exercise, the state where mind sees itself clearly. In the next part, you will explore how this clarity begins to resonate, how stillness itself becomes communication, how presence reflects presence until no difference remains. Begin again with a quiet inhale. Notice that even after the previous stillness, the world feels slightly translucent. Edges softer, colors quieter. You have not lost the mirror. You have simply stepped through it. The body rests, yet awareness keeps gliding like light across calm water. Let this movement continue without effort. Now, imagine that the space around you is gently breathing with you. Every exhale you release becomes the inhale of a room. Every inhale receives what the world has given. There is no border between the two, only one rhythmic field of exchange. Within that shared breath, sense faint patterns, threads of awareness stretching outward. They do not pull or reach, they shimmer. Each thread connects to another point of quiet consciousness somewhere else. A friend, a stranger, a tree in night wind. Nothing personal moves along these lines. Only clarity. Only the recognition that stillness knows itself everywhere. Picture your awareness as a small stone dropped into a lake. The ripples widen until they touch distant shores. Not with force, but with rhythm. Each wave that reaches another mind returns with equal grace. The motion becomes circular, continuous, balanced. Stay with this sensation. No sending, no receiving, just the echo of being. See now the original mirror previously you've seen. It no longer stands before you. It floats above the whole landscape of thought. Across its surface pass countless reflections, memories, emotions, faint impressions from others. Do not analyze them. Watch how each one appears and disappears, as if breathed by a single, vast awareness. When you watch long enough, you begin to notice that the mirror is not flat. It curves inward and outward at once, folding space until every reflection touches every other. This is the mind's deeper dimension, a living lattice of clarity where all perception meets itself. If a subtle image arises, perhaps a symbol, a tone, a color, observe it as if it were traveling across this lattice. It may seem to drift outward, yet it remains within the same clarity that you are. In that sense, Every image is both yours and not yours. Every thought belongs to the field. This is how awareness speaks when language sleeps. Do not try to interpret what appears. The meaning is in the silence around it. Now bring gentle attention to the heart area again. Feel its rhythm echoing faintly with something larger. Not faster, not slower, simply broader. Each heartbeat sends a pulse through the shared field. Each return pulse arrives as peace. What you send is what you receive, instantly, because there is no distance. Rest inside that reciprocity. Let it wash through you until every cell hums with quiet recognition. At this depth, you realize the mirror and the reflections are one. There is nothing left to observe because observation itself has become transparent. You are not inside awareness. You are awareness, a clear surface through which life sees itself. Every movement of sound or color, every thought or emotion, is simply the mirror turning toward a new angle of its own light. Stay here for a few breaths. This is the center of mind-mirror clarity. Thoughtless, boundless, awake. Gradually, allow external sounds to return. Perhaps distant traffic, a bird, the hum of air. Do not label them as outside. Let them arise within the same mirror, as natural as your own heartbeat. Awareness now includes everything, not as distraction, but as part of its reflection. The universe itself breathes within your stillness. If you wish, move one hand slightly. Notice that even movement leaves a trail of calm behind it. The mirror does not shatter. It ripples and returns to rest. This is how clarity lives in daily life. Not by escaping motion, but by staying transparent within it. Every glance, every word spoken, can carry this quiet resonance forward. Now let go of imagery. Let go of form. Only breath remains. Steady, balanced, luminous. The mirror no longer reflects. It simply is. Awareness resting in awareness. Mind seeing mind. Light observing light. Stay here without effort until the sense of boundary fully dissolves. Silence deepens. And within that silence, you discover a vast, soft joy. The peace of nothing to change, nothing to defend. Slowly, begin to gather this stillness back toward your physical awareness. Feel your weight against the surface supporting you. Sense the coolness of air across the skin. Notice sound again, but keep the calm inside your breathing. Carry this transparency with you. It is not a state to hold. It is your natural condition, noticed. When you open your eyes, see through them as the mirror sees. Without judgment, without grasping, only clarity. Before we end, take a final breath together. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and silently thank the field of awareness that allowed this journey. You have completed Telepathy Exercise 10, Mind Mirror Clarity. The path from reflection to resonance is now within your own experience. There is nothing more to achieve, only to remember, again and again, that clarity never leaves. If you wish to continue exploring the mind's quiet capacities, subscribe to Mindspire 360 on YouTube. There, you'll find more meditative journeys, each one guiding you deeper into presence, perception, and peace. For now, remain seated in stillness for a few moments. Let the breath move naturally. Let awareness rest as open sky. No conclusion, only openness. No end, only stillness.